For decades, we've looked at the brain the way you'd look at a city from an airplane window. Big, beautiful, but blurry. We could see there was traffic, but not the car's make and model. Quantum level imaging changes all of that. This could change everything about mental illness and the way we understand it. Every zap of electricity that makes a thought possible could be understood. When people hear the word quantum, they imagine something complex and almost science fiction. But here, quantum simply means we're observing the tiniest building blocks. Individual atoms and photons and electrons that move inside the brain. Traditional MRI or CT scans look at millimeters. Quantum imaging goes down to nanometers, which is a billionth of a meter, where the brain's electrical and molecular signals actually take place. That's where they actually happen. Conventional MRI that we are used to shows blood flow and oxygen use, which is great for mapping brain regions, but quantum or ultra high resolution MRI or fMRI aims to capture the movement of ions and water molecules and even magnetic spins of atoms inside neurons. Quantum sensors like NV diamond magnetometers can detect the magnetic field of a single neuron when it fires, something no current scanner that we have can do. In short, instead of seeing where the brain is active, we could soon see how thoughts form, frame by frame. Imagine a crystal made of diamonds so small you can't even see them. But inside each one are nitrogen vacancy centers, which are atomic defects that respond to magnetic fields. When a neuron fires, it gives off a magnetic signal about 1 trillion times weaker than a fridge magnet. But these sensors can detect it. They convert those magnetic ripples into light, and that light can be read with lasers to reconstruct the activity in 3D or in real time for us to watch and see. This is quantum magnetometry, and it could make future brain scans look less like pictures and more like movies of thought. Right now, psychiatry is mostly symptom-based. We diagnose by what people describe, by their subjective symptoms, mood, sleep, energy, concentration, or lack thereof. Quantum imaging could give us biological fingerprints of mental states, seeing things like how depression changes microcircuits in the limbic system, and visualizing what trauma looks like when a flashback actually begins, and watching dopamine flow moment to moment instead of guessing what it's doing from behavior. It would move psychiatry from "what are you feeling?" to "let's look at what your brain is doing as you feel it." That could change medication development, it could change psychotherapy, even early detection could be improved. Imagine catching a manic episode or a severe depressive episode before it ever happens, just by tracking neural coherence. But with that power comes a question: if we can see thoughts forming, what happens to privacy? Who owns your brain data? Can a scan someday prove intent, belief, or emotion? The ethics of this technology might become the new frontier, the mind as both map and territory. There's also beauty here, because we would finally see mental illness not as weakness, but as energy patterns that can change. Something visual, measurable, tangible, and real. Something undeniable. That shift alone could erase centuries of stigma. Labs around the world, from MIT to the University of Sussex, are already merging quantum physics with neuroscience. They're building quantum sensors small enough to fit on the scalp, which detects brain activity without any kind of radiation or contrast dye or massive expensive machines. Some teams are combining this with AI to interpret patterns too complex for humans to even analyze. The goal is a living model or map of the brain that updates every second. A tool that might show not just mental illness, but also growth in learning and healing. Maybe someday, therapy won't just be about talking through pain. It'll be about watching your own neurons learn safety again. Watching your own healing happen. And maybe for the first time, we'll see what hope looks like in motion, and love, and all the good feelings that also come with life, however fleeting they may be, just like the bad ones. This is definitely an exciting new idea in mental health. I would love to hear what you think about it. Leave your comments below. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.